Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you can hear us in the streams. Hello, everybody. You can hear my voice. I'm just kind of talking up a storm. Let me go ahead and bring down the music. Bring down the music. Alright. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Alright, yeah, sounds like it. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and switch things over. And of course, my video's not there. There it is. Okay, cool. Alright, hey everybody, welcome to our GDEX Winter Game Jam. It is January 12th, 2024. We've actually switched years. Since we first started all of this amazing month-long game jam, we can't be any happier with the results that you all have. We're super excited to take everything that you've all worked on and showcase a little bit of the best ofs and just kind of wrap up a nice little holiday bow to all of this with all the hard work you've done. That is to say that this isn't really a competition. This is just kind of a fun thing to kind of give a little bit of a tail to everything that you've done. We've done this before with the summer GDEX Game Jams. This is actually our first winter game jam for the GDEX Games Expo. This was just kind of something we've been wanting to do for a while, and like I said, we couldn't have been any happier. So I'm so excited to finally get to showcase all the ratings and everything you guys have worked on. We did our stream this Monday. So if you ever want to see our stream, if you're on our YouTube channel, you'll see all our different events there. And that'll actually be a great way to kind of see all the games in action. So right now is the time for you to just kind of sit back, relax, take a load off. I know you guys have been working away on your games all month long. You've been rating each other's games all week long. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me double check that I got everything figured out, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move through. Let's do that. Okay, let's go ahead and switch her up because there's a couple things I want to note. For those of you who are not familiar with GDEX, GDEX is the Midwest Premier Gaming Expo. We've been doing this for, well, I don't know, like 12 years now. So it's our expo for, like, we're actually located in Columbus, Ohio, but we've kind of outreached to a lot of different Midwest opportunities, as well as, obviously Itch.io's helped us reach out to international folks. So there's a lot of different, like, really great opportunities. So if you ever want to see more about GDEX, we're actually going to have this in the end of October here in Columbus, Ohio. So if you go to the GDEX.com, you'll find all our information, and we have our in our experiences up here. There's a game jam link that can take you to our landing page that we've been using all weekend long. So yeah, definitely keep that eye on there. We're going to be updating this pretty frequently, and actually with you all, it's the first to announce that we're actually going to be doing this at the end of October. We just had to get confirmation for our venue, so that's something that we're doing this year. So it should be a lot of fun. It'll be kind of a great way to start off the academic year, and so we can't wait to see you all there. Another thing I'd like to note, if you joined us in our Discord channel, we actually have been working really hard on this bot called Jamio. This is our Discord bot that helps to organize and handle different game jams. And what it does is help to set up teams, helps to set up both solo and multi-level teams, gives you the ability to add icons and colors and links to your uploads of where you publish your game, and it allows you to kind of go through and have a voice and chat channel. It allows you to ask questions, assign roles, add roles to your names. It does a lot of really cool stuff. Definitely check it out. You can actually add this if you do have your own Discord server. You can add this for free, up to 20 members to a game jam. Um, and so definitely check it out if you want to try it out. And I guess really what it comes down to is we really just are super appreciative of everybody helping us out to kind of test this a bit more. We've been progressively working on this for about a year, year and a half, and just kind of chipping away at some of the features. And you've all provided some really amazing feedbacks. We can't thank you enough to kind of help us out with that. And our goal really is to help provide this as an opportunity for other game development communities. And one of them we're actually partnered with this year with this game jam, and actually sliding into the next game jam we're gonna be doing, which is Global Game Jam. So if you're not familiar with Global Game Jam, this is actually officially an international game jam event. It's a lot of fun. It's one that we do every year. Um, I actually help to host a local Columbus, Ohio game dev group called COG, or the Central Ohio Game Dev Group. And we are actually partnering this year with a local college called the Columbus College of Art and Design, or CCAD, and we're hosting our own site in Columbus, Ohio. So if you're interested in participating in this, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of really great ways. Just if you're interested in the itch.io game jams, this is actually a really great way to actually do it in person to your local site. That's really its biggest strength. So that's why we're meeting at the college. So let's just say you're in Turkey or something like that. You can go up to participate in a jam. You can search a site and you can find whatever country you want to go to, say Brazil, and you hit apply, and then you can see all the different sites in Brazil. So if you are local and you want to find something cool near you, definitely check them out. There's tons of different game jam sites. They had, several hundred different game jam sites last year, so they're a really great jam to go to. Um, and if you are actually in the Central Ohio, Columbus area, um, definitely check out our game jam site. This is our first year partnering with CCAD, so we have a lot of artists pairing up with programmers, and we're really excited to kind of get this underway. I'm actually working with Liz right now to add the jammers that have signed into our Google Forum account. This is kind of how you would register in our site anyways. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out, and let us know how we can help you. And then if you do have any questions about Global Game Jam, a lot of you have got my information, so if you want to reach out, I'm happy to kind of help you if you need something, for your own local site. We can help you out there too. So you can always reach us out at info@thegdex.com. I actually get that email nowadays, and I should be able to help you out too. So, and yeah, if you want to continue the fire, right? Like I always say, there's tons and tons of game jams. So if you like this, itch.io has lots of game jams happening all the time. As you can tell, there's tons of stuff to kind of look at. So definitely, if you want to keep doing this, again, game jams are fun. They're great. You don't have to have game development experience. A lot of times you'll be paired up with people that do have game development experience, but there's a lot of different ways to make games, and it's a great way to kind of put your skills to the test, whether that's art, music, programming, design, or maybe you have a really cool knack of creating board games and card games. And it's a lot of fun. You meet really cool people, and you get to make new friends. And I hope that you really enjoyed your experience with us as we have enjoyed our experience with you all. So, yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted just to kind of preface with a little bit. So if you ever have any questions about any of that information, feel free to post it in the chat, preferably on YouTube. I'm kind of juggling a couple different, chat channels, but I will definitely be focusing on the YouTube chat channel. And then, yeah, I think we're going to kind of keep this somewhat short and sweet. I'm going to go ahead and go through the ratings. So for those of you who are part of our game jam, actually something that's kind of neat. So we've been doing this, like I said, for quite a while, for about 4 years. We've done it twice this year. And by far, it looks like we broke our game jam jammers. So by one. But it still counts. It still counts. 153 people is a lot, which is really, really cool. We we actually had quite a few submissions. Unfortunately, a lot of them were submissions that we couldn't keep, mainly because they were promoting like games that were created before the game jam. So we're real always looking for games that are created during the game jam. So that's a lot of those were fitted in that. But we still, even outside of that, still had like about 18 submissions, which is quite a few. So thank you for all your submissions and all your ratings. Um, and then we're happy to keep these up and keep these games up for however long you guys want to. That also means that if you are in the Discord channel and you have your teams and you have all your chat channels, now's the time to kind of carry those. And if you want to continue the game, you can make it on itch.com or itch.io, excuse me, and make it finished or more finalized. A lot of you I know were trying to get it to a certain state. That's okay. Like, it wasn't meant to be a finalized game at all. And if you guys want to go in and make a new version, you can then split off your submission into your own game page. You can carry over your contributors and just make it better and share it with us. Like, we'd love to see how these turn out. A lot of games have kind of come out of game jams to turn out to be really, really cool games. So we can't wait to see what you all are going to make. Um, so yeah, so we've got that, and then you're probably kind of wondering like, oh, hey, I haven't seen any of the submissions. Okay, well, we've hidden the ratings until now, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the back end of those ratings and kind of go from each category. So if you recall, we had the judging criteria was on functionality, visual design, gameplay, engagement, and representation of theme. So you all took those to heart and gave it your best and provided a lot of really good feedback, which I really appreciate because at the end of the day, this is a great way to learn about like what are things that you guys can make out of these, can improve on, and make into a new game, right? Um, so I really appreciate everybody that was able to help judge. I want to just thank everybody who also helped as a peer review. We had 3 peer reviews on our Discord channel, which was really great to see. A lot of really good feedback. Um, and like that's kind of what we're about is we're trying to make this a really great like learning experience for everybody, enjoyable, relaxing as much as we can, relaxing game jam experience. So cool. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into our submissions. So this is kind of what the submission page looks like. If you ever want to get in here, you can always go to our Game Jam site, and then you click on submissions. It'll take you right here. And you can kind of categorize these however you want over here on the left side. So yeah, we have quite a few that we went through, and if you want to see the gameplay of that, like I said, on our YouTube channel, you can look at the stream of us playing those. And definitely, if you haven't tried these out, please do. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on. And we by far did not have enough time to play through all of them all the way through. We did get through pretty much all of them, I think. But yeah, it was like 2.5 hours of of gaming because you guys did such amazing work. Okay, cool. So we had um, a lot of good submissions. So let's go ahead and move into the ratings. Let's see, kind of take a look at this. So this is kind of what you all will see once we unlock the hidden ratings. So I'm going to go from uh, each individual category and go from right to left into the final best in show. So this is kind of what we've got so far. Again, this isn't a competition. This is just kind of show you guys what you all thought was kind of cool. So don't take it to heart, but just know like, hey, these are things that we thought we did really well in. So that's kind of nice little pat on your back, little congratulations for that. So the way these work is it's on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, and they take the average of all the different ratings. So that's something to keep in mind, right? So that's why I mean like this isn't really like a perfect science, so to speak. So don't take these to heart. But for in general, like I thought these were pretty interesting to see, which I think you all will find as well. So best in representation of theme was Dorothy and Elena. I was going to say Ilana, but that's not an A, so Elena. So this actually took it looked like it did pretty well in terms of the score. Like a lot of these are pretty close. But yeah, I think Dorothy and Alina did a really good job in that. The present problem was actually really good too, where you're kind of matching up with different presents are going on. Too Heavy was really great. I really enjoyed this one where you're trying to give away the items in the game to be able to ship yourself off to the UK, which I thought was hilarious. Happy Holidays was a really amazing game. It was very wholesome. And then we have Giver, and then Snowball Chronicles, and then we kind of go through the rest of them. So, but yeah, really great stuff. Representation of theme was a great opportunity for that. And let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So we have engagement. So what took the lead by far was Too Heavy. So again, this is A.K. Somerville, which actually was a soloist in this game. So if you consider that, that's actually really impressive. So I really want to give a shout out to all the soloists because I know a lot of you are kind of like, well, maybe I couldn't find a team, or maybe I want to try something myself. And be able to submit your game is a lot of work. So I think that you should definitely get a pat on your back for that, just in general, just for that fact. But yeah, so Too Heavy ended up being a really great game for engagement, which I could definitely agree to that. And then Dorothy's up here again. We got Giver, which yeah, again, a lot of these are very very kind of giving presents away or giving gifts away or giving something away because that was the theme this year, right? So giving. So in terms of engagement, these actually, in terms of gameplay, had a lot of really interesting mechanics that worked well with each other, and were just kind of fun to play. Like it's like you sit down, it's like think about, was this game kind of addictive? Like did it really play through really well? Did it make me want to kind of go back in and try again or try a different scenario or story? So a lot of that was really well versed in some of these top ones. But yeah, so that's engagement. Then we got gameplay. So first in this one was Space Saver by Cast On. I can't remember. I think this one was also a soloist. Um, but yeah, gameplay, think of this more or less like game design, right? So this is really entailing of like, did the game work well? Did it have like a lot of bugs, or was it clear to kind of know what to click on or what button to press, or how to do the mechanics? So keep that in mind, like when you're thinking of gameplay, is what is the game design? Is it balanced? Did it have a lot of different types of mechanics that you think worked really well, that were balanced with each other? So a lot of these kind of worked well in this one. So Space Saver was the top on this one. Coming in at zero point zero 0.09 points, a little bit less, was the Hexenmeister, which this one was a lot of fun. I mean, both of these were great too, because like I remember this one was like a spaceship that you could slingshot an asteroid and throw the asteroid into like a black hole, and that was a lot of fun. Hexenmeister was like about switching between different abilities and kind of like avoiding different obstacles, which was a really great mechanic, also very beautiful. Giver was just hilarious because you're kind of fighting, a lot of these was it Krampus characters while you're Santa trying to deliver presence, and so yeah, I thought a lot of these worked out really, really well. So that is gameplay. So definitely check those out when we release the ratings. Visual design. Now this one was really close. I think it was pretty close between Dorothy and Happy Holidays. And I have to say, watching you all like in the Discord channel and doing updates and whatnot, seeing all the illustrations come out of all of these was just like chef's kiss phenomenal. Like you guys did an amazing job kind of showcasing your artistic ability, your design in terms of like understanding what is clear to see and read, your color design, your character design, all of it comes down to visual design. So great work there. Snowball Chronicles was like a really great pixel-based 2D game, top-down. Again, Hexameister said this again was a really great graphics there too, and just kind of coming down. A lot of these were amazing. Like I was super excited to see all the amazing artwork that you all did. I mean, I think a lot of these really came in, um, really close to each other. There's a lot of really great work. I loved Time Given again. A lot of great illustrations. A lot of these, Ren Pai, like story visual novels, you guys always have like such amazing artwork in those. And again, just kind of going through again, Cabin was hilarious. Really great, like just kind of reminds me, like I was saying on the stream before, like Newgrounds or Albino Black Sheep, like type of animations and gameplay. So it was great. So, yes. So that was visual design. And then we'll move on to functionality. So this is the programmers, essentially. So this is really where it comes down to, like, if it, it's hard to move past level 3 and you're not sure if it's broken or not, that might be like a bug. And this always happens, right? Like games were not meant to be done in like a month, nevertheless like 48 hours, which tends to be a common case like Global Game Jam, a common case for most game jams to be in like over a weekend. But to get everything right is really difficult. So this is probably one of the hardest ones to get a good ranking on, and you all did really, really well. Sometimes the key to this stuff is just to kind of keep things simple, um, and then kind of build layers on top of that as you start to go, along in terms of your game development cycle. But a lot of these, like, I mean, even though you might be on the streams and someone says, "Oh, that broke, that wasn't supposed to break," or this isn't finished, you all did amazing work for what you had so far. So I'm super proud of like all the work that you've all had, and a lot of these were like really really well done. Like I never really saw anything that was like a super game breaking bug or anything like that. So really really great work. And definitely, like, if you want to get more information on these, like I mentioned before, like one of the best ways to do is like they have the ratings here, right? But if you go to the view submission page, you can start to see the comments down here too. So definitely check those out. That's one of the great features of Itch.io is that you can go in and get comments from your games that you upload. Definitely check those out. Those are your communities. Those are your fan base. And take those to heart a little bit, right? Like maybe there's ways that you can, improve, the game and make it, even that much more better. So yeah. So cool. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I think that's everything we have so far in terms of the 5 different categories tops of. I always kind of want to break those down and kind of talk about those a little bit. And again, this is, a showcase that all these different games are amazing. Like you guys all did, amazing work on these. Can't be more proud of like all the hard work you've done. Yeah, sometimes my mic turns off. Sorry about that. But anyways, proud of all the hard work, and I just want to say, like, give yourself a pat on the back because I know this making games is not easy. So cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop with my blabbering, and let's go ahead and get into the final overall score. So I'm not gonna do that here. I'm gonna switch over to my face again. Let's see if I can do that. See if it worked. Maybe. Of course, it's not showing up. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. You all ready for the overall best in show? Of course. Discord doesn't want to behave sometime. All right. Let's go ahead and switch over. And this year's award winner is Dorothy and Alina. All right, congratulations. These are the final scores. All right, and I will say a lot of these are really close. And again, like I mentioned before, um, these games, these rating system is not a perfect system because not everything was rated the same amount of ratings because there's different types of teams. So don't take this to heart. Again, a lot of these are really really amazing. Like we kind of went through some of the different categories. You all did really really well. But this one definitely came up in the top in a lot of your rankings. So it had some of the top ones up here. Again, a lot of these are pretty close to each other in some instance. So, but yeah, got a lot of the best in overall representation of theme, visual design, and then second in engagement. So definitely without some really great top tier things. Second was Giver, again, which was really cool too. Great job on that. The Present Problem, very clever title. A lot of really good things going well with it. Personally, one of my favorites was really the Too Heavy. I thought that was hilarious. Really cool witch like giving away their items to get not as heavy to be able to be shipped out to the UK. 2D side scroller based gameplay. A lot of fun there. Hexameister again is another great one. Snowball's a really great pixel-based kind of top-down game. I also loved Hoppy Holidays. This was a really beautiful game. A lot of really amazing illustrations. A lot of really cool mechanics between skateboarding and using your tongue to kind of grapple between things as a frog. Great game there. And again, Space Saver is a lot of fun. The Time Given was a very touching story. Soup Witch was awesome. I really loved playing that one. There's a really cool boss at the end, which I would suggest you try to play. I think we were able to actually update that and kind of get it under the wire. So there, if you haven't had a chance to play it, I think there is a new version up there for that. Penzi Pinball was a lot of fun too. It's a pinball game with a penguin. Just reminds me of like the old school Sonic the Hedgehog pinball games. KPL1 was um, it was a very interesting I think it was like was this the one that was kind of like Duke Nukem, like kind of a 3D game? Really pretty, really neat. Had a lot of fun with that game. The Cabin, a little bit not safe for work, but it is hilarious. I don't know. It kind of hits my vibes. I thought it was funny. Emotion Slayer was really cool. A lot of really great gameplay of like fighting against different ghouls and banshees. Crazy Bike, kind of like Crazy Taxi, was a really cool gameplay for like giving gifts to each other. Really proud of this team actually taking the chance to try a new game engine, Unreal, and giving that a shot, which shows really well like a lot of the mechanics that you guys worked on. Santa Claus was hilarious on the stream. Santa trying to give a bunch of gifts out to angry elves. Really hilarious gameplay. Snow Runners actually was a really great one. If you haven't had a chance to play this, say if there is a password. I know we had an issue with that at first. Definitely check them out if you go to the submission page. You can see the password down here and play that. It's a lot of fun. It's a 3D game where you can like sled or ski down a hill and try to avoid trees. So if you haven't had a chance to play this, definitely check it out. And then I'm excited to see what Gift of Pain is. Clever title, really cool Santa Claus. There isn't a game yet, but I'm excited to see what it turns into. And I will tell you, if it's got this guy in it, I'm all game. So that's what we got this year. Thanks everybody. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming out, and I appreciate everybody that had a chance to kind of be on the stream and showcase some things throughout the event. If you guys ever again have any questions, you can always reach us out at info@thegdex.com. We check that out, and again, we can't wait for you all to get into our next game jam. We are, like I said, partnering with Global Game Jam, so if that's something you're interested in, that's going to happen the week of 22nd, Monday through the 28th, which is the Sunday. Find your own host site, sign up, go there in person, have a lot of fun making a game in 48 hours, and they will have a theme just like we did. And they also have diversifiers, which they are still working on, but those should be coming out soon. Those are kind of like little tiny goals that you can add to your game for like little fun little achievements. So yeah, definitely check that out. Keep making games, keep making game jams. A continuous thing. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We hope to see you at the GDEX Game Expo. We hope to see you at Global Game Jam and our next Game Jam, which will probably be before the GDEX Game Expo, which is that's at the end of October, so sometime in October we may have our next GDEX Game Jam, but we're still working on that. And if nothing else, we just want to wish you all a happy rest of your weekend, happy rest of your Friday, and just thank you for all the hard work. And we can't wait to see what other kind of games you make. So, um, let's see if you'll look at me. All right, boop boop boop. Sometimes. There we go. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you guys later. And if nothing else, have a great rest of your weekend. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care.